Oh, there you are. You're live. Look and look for left hand
Is
corner.
is it saying I'm live? Oh, hello. Okay. New to this technology. Welcome, all you beautiful souls. Thank you for being here. And Wanda, will you make sure that it's on your phone? Make sure that this is happening. So if anybody would like to join us by and letting me know uh, that you're here and that you can hear me, that would be really wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. So today is another second ascension of our light language code transmissions. So we've done one already, and I want to thank those of you who have watched it and responded. Those of you who've not been able to see it because I made a mistake in how it was supposed to be available, I have a friend who's going to be posting it again on my One Illumined Heart business page and also on YouTube. So that will be hopefully done this evening so you can watch it and listen to it. So my guides are saying that it's really important to watch each of these videos 3 or 4 times. The codes that are in there are meant to harmonize your chakras, elevate the frequency of your embodiment and your consciousness, as well as activate the pineal gland. And so please, please, please take care of yourself by doing that. And even those of you with an awakened pineal gland, apparently it will help us all at about 80%. So is it happening?
I'm having a hard time with
internet. Oh, you are?
I find Mondays, but
Okay.
and I'm
well, let's just see if anybody can hear me. That would be great to know. All right. So let's keep going. Okay. All right. So I just want to say welcome and thank you very much. Also, I'm going to start again like I did last time with a beautiful quote from Rumi, and this one is The Essential Rumi, the translations by Coleman Barks with John Moyne. So I don't know who translated which, but this was so beautiful, and I thought it had everything to do with ascension and us waking up and owning our divinity, recognizing it in ourselves and in one another. So let's begin by holding love and light for ourselves first, allowing the beautiful divine connection between you and your source, whatever your perception is on that. Thank you. So royal blue light, let's breathe that in again. Those of you who've not been with me before, we need to remind everyone, royal blue light is the color of the consciousness of God, connected to the human soul in the body. Those of us who are over levels 10, not only do we have 16,000 angels, but we can expand our energy field to 5,000 feet around us. And so just give permission for your full 5,000 feet, or if you're under a 10, give permission for as far as the perimeter of your energy field can go to allow this beautiful connection to your own divinity, to divine, to the God, to Allah, to source. I mean, whatever religion you're from, it doesn't matter. We're all connected to the same source of energy. As when I started my journey in spirituality, one of the things, because I was raised Christian and I totally loved Jesus and I totally love his words, but I started to expand into understanding that there were great saints and great teachers who came at different times on the planet to serve the communities and societies that were desperate for love, that were desperate for a connection to spirituality, that needed healing. And so all these great prophets, all these great saints, all these great teachers have come to embody being illumined beings One of the reasons my business page is called One Illumined Heart is that we all have that capacity and opportunity to become illumined by choice. We either choose a world or we choose our own divinity. Whichever you want to do is fine. It's your world experience of yourself in the body. Many of us have been here around the block way too many times and have come over and over to try to waken humanity up. And now here's the time. We're in 5D. It is here. The full linking up of the planet we're just like inches away of the entire grid, the new 5D grid, over the top of the 3D grid, where all the lines are going to connect on July 22nd. It's an extraordinary experience for all of us. It will start to change our reality. And literally that bifurcation on the planet with 3D here and 5D here, that is a choice point for all of humanity. Everybody has been exposed to darkness and to light. What do you want to choose? So as we embrace this royal blue light and bring it into our field, choosing that consciousness of love and wisdom, and empowering ourselves with our sovereignty, with our truth, with our empowerment, with our connection to ourself, that is what's possible. All right. Now, activate all of your angels, no matter how many you have, whether you have 1, 25, over 100, 500, or 16,000. You need to give permission for your angels to love you and your guides to love you and support you in this upliftment of you and humanity. So as you connect and say a prayer for your own awakening and alignment with your own divine creator self in the body, fully in the body, give permission to let that energy run through you, right through your hands and fingers, opening up all those chakras for healing and love, your legs through the bottom of your feet, allowing the God's love and light or the divine's love and light to move through your body, through your bones, through your feet, into the ground, so that you become a blessing with every step that you take on the planet. Okay, so now we've got the consciousness of God going here. Now while we're there, I'm gonna read the piece from Rumi that I said I was going to read. So because we get to choose between darkness and light, this one is called Where Everything is Music. Don't worry about saving these songs. And if one of our instruments breaks, it doesn't matter. We have fallen into place where everything is music, i.e. 5D. The strumming and the flute notes rise into the atmosphere. And even if the world's harp should burn up, there will be still hidden instruments playing. So the candle flickers and goes out. We have a piece of flint and a spark. The singing art is sea foam. The graceful movements come from a pearl somewhere on the ocean floor. Poems reach up like spindrift and the edge of driftwood along the beach, wanting. They derive from a slow and powerful root that we can't see. So stop the words now. Open the window in the center of your chest and let the spirits fly in and out. So I thought that this was perfect because it is about us moving into our center. It is about us connecting to the love that we are and our hearts. So that when we do that, we then can look from our inner perception of this place of love, look out onto the world, out onto humanity with a deep understanding that everyone is a reflection of the divine. Some have what I would call multiple winter coats on, trying to hide who they are, or turning a blind eye and a deaf ear to the truth of the essence of their soul. And that's okay, because that is their journey this time around in the body. Is it yours? Do you want to be asleep or do you want to be awake is the question. Do you want to live in harmony and in love, or do you want to live in chaos and dissension? It's a choice. The world is, my beautiful master, Kirpal Singh, said the world is going to do what the world is going to do. What are you going to do? Are you going to go with the waves of the world, or are you going to go into your center and ground in the truth of your being? Put your attention and your devotion to love. And with 5D coming on board, anchoring in that love and branching out into the community of what we are able to go co-create together in a new world that needs healing, where we have to release what is no longer sustainable and choose a different way. Choose to care about our brothers and sisters and the entire world, the earth, the waters, all of life. Release the eating of flesh foods so that you can dance in the joy and the light and the truth of your being. This new frequency will not allow it. It will be harder to enter into that frequency. Release it with love and thanksgiving, and knowing that whatever you've done and wherever you've been, there's no judgment. It's just about releasing what no longer serves in this new time and embracing what does. Learn to practice living in the moment and letting it flow. All right. So now let's go and take some deep breaths into our center. And let's bring in the color of the violet spectrum again, like we did the last time, which is the divine or God's love and support for us as human beings in the body. And in that entire spectrum, it goes from light lavender to deep, deep, deep violet. We have magenta. And magenta is all about, when you expand magenta in your field, if you are having relationship issues, it means that there's not enough magenta. You have some unhealed things that need addressing. If you don't have enough fuchsia in your field, you're probably either getting along just okay with material abundance and support and finances. If you have a lot of fuchsia, you usually have a lot of divine potential of abundance. Now, and that abundance can be used just for you, or it can be used for you and to share. It's your choice what you do with it. Sometimes we have blocks in our energy fields that have to do with not having forgiven other people, or condemned them to not be loved, or to not have money. There's all kinds of reasons behind it. And I'm happy to talk with any of you about this personally or in my Zoom classes, which are coming up. So know that as you breathe in this violet spectrum of light, bring it fully into your body. Connect it from above you through your pineal gland, breathing it in and bringing it into the pituitary area, giving permission for your pituitary to move into balance. Down into your neck and into your thyroid. Down into your thymus gland. To love and support your immune system. And allow it to go into the rest of your organs and glands in the lower part of your body. Let it move through your skeletal system, all your big bones, through your arms, your hands, your fingers, out your fingertips, allowing this total flow to be a continuum that moves through you, up and back to the universe and back down into you. Remembering what I said the last time, and those of you who are new, I'm going to repeat this so that you understand that your hips and your shoulders are your first chakras in your body. And it goes, and that energy goes to just below your biceps. Then from the bottom of your biceps to about here on your arms, that's your astral body. So if you're having problems from here past your elbows, you usually have things stuck. You can have had a physical injury, but there's also things that get stuck on in the astral planes, energetically, and that would be the same with your hips. That's your first chakra, and then about 6 to 8 inches above your knees starts the astral plane, and below your knees. And so if you're having knee problems, that's often past life issues, astral plane issues, issues between you and other people, or between you and God and the world. Causal plane energy comes from about right here down into your wrist. And causal plane energy on your legs is just below your knee down to your ankle. Then your wrists and your ankles are the integration of all of the levels of your soul self into the body through your expression through your hands and your fingers. And that energy goes out into the world. From the bottom of your feet, through your toes, that energy goes out into the world. So that is the expression of all of you. Now, many of you don't know that you have 18 levels of soul, at least in the system that I've been using. 18 levels of soul that are connected to the human body. The 18th level we never touch. It is your oversoul. And it is the program of what you decided you would do in this lifetime, who you would finish your karmas with, what you would try to expand yourself in terms of experience, what you wanted to accomplish. That is all written up there. Plus your options of what you can do are written up there, as in terms of, choices in your life. And then the healing will go from level 17 down to 1. And we usually start working with the lower part, clearing that so that the upper part can move down. Sometimes you have to start at the top because things are really huge in terms of big spiritual lives. But just know that we are a beautiful continuum from life to life of many, many, many experiences. There are a few people who are here for the first time, or just have had a very few lives. I've had a few clients like that, and many of them are from the angelic realms, and they'll say, I came down here to do love. I wanted to do brotherhood, and why is everybody giving me such a hard time? Because they're anchoring so much light, and the darkness has to stand up against the light so that the light can practice holding its energy, holding its truth, being willing to stand up without fear, with love, with trust, with faith, in its own feet, and standing up, anchoring that love, that light, and that truth in front of the darkness. And sometimes that's pretty darn scary for many of us. And in other lifetimes, we've been murdered, martyred, etc., for anchoring this kind of love and light. So just know, we all have wounds, and we all have great opportunities to blossom and go. So anchor the beauty of who you are so that you can be in this new ocean of love that is being created in 5D, so that you can expand and grow and transcend the negativity and allow yourself to be. Okay. I think that's, let me ask if there's any other message that needs to be given besides that and my transmission. Nope, I think that's it. So I'm going to wet my whistle here. And I'm going to stand up so that you can see the light language arm movements more easily. All right. So I'm on my deck. Very blessed to have this beautiful place. I don't know what I'm doing here. I see myself opposite in there. Okay. So here we go. I don't need my glasses for this part. So if everybody can just move into their center, taking in a big breath of white and gold light into your body, surrounding yourself with it. Let it go around you counterclockwise for a moment. Bringing it down into your body, all the way down to your feet. Being in touch with your breath for a moment. Take notice of how you're feeling right now. Are you stressed? Are you relaxed? Do you have a pain somewhere? Are you anxious? Are you feeling afraid? Are you excited? Are you hopeful? Just take note of where you are for a moment. And I'm going to be silent for just 5 seconds so that you can do that. All right, so let's take a moment and bless our embodiments. This beautiful divine opportunity to be a soul, having a physical body on the earth plane that is going through a gigantic change. Embrace the breath of your light with gratitude. Embrace your very breath that allows you to breathe into this embodiment with gratitude. Be appreciative of the nature all around you. I'm looking at incredibly beautiful trees behind me. It's lush. Whether you're in the desert or in a rocky place, or an abundance of trees, or in spectacular mountains, be in gratitude. All right, so now we're going to do the transmission to activate another level of your cellular awakening into 5D. Namaste. It'll take me a moment to bring that light language down. Aseo ati. Keo omonomo papatakaya asaiyo. Teo katamaya atu asa. Te hu atakaya omonokai otuasa. Eamana otuai otuai otuai. Amana otokai osoai. Keo mana kaya opatukao. Sata, 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 kaya. Omono atai osou. Atakaya pataya no. Ayaka potoko ai. Oso, atu, emo, ana. Kaya omotoko apa. Eso ai. O toai o. Manakaya o. Satakaya o. Te o mono wasai. Te o mono wasai. Te o mono wasai. O2. 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 Amanaya O2. Aya. Asako omono a. Woo! Ke omono a. Seopoto ai. E omono kai apata. Asakaye. Amanasai eo. Kaya manasa'a. Toto kuai. Somana. 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 Kaio mono atu. Kaio mono atu. Kaio mono atu. Kaio mono atu. Eso o mono ata. Keo mono asio. Ato. Atakaie no mono akuta. Keo ono a. Hata. So. Teo okono. Asamana. Ai etu. Ai etu. Ai etu. Ata. So, that is the light transmission for today. We are going to be doing these 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Please listen to them 3 or 4 times each. Today's transmission was about harmonizing the chakras, connecting your lower chakras to your heart chakra, and connecting all the chakras to your pineal gland, allowing everything to be up-leveled and activated. If you were watching without your eyes closed, you might want to re-watch this again. You'll notice that I had my hands over the top of my head and on the right side of my face. So I want to explain that for a moment. The right side of your face and head is your God side, your spiritual, female, receptive connection to God. The left side of your head is the male side. It's connected to the world and the outer expression of who we are. And that energy on the right side and the left side just goes to right here at the clavicles, then it switches over. So we know that the right side of the brain is connected to the left side of the body. Left side of the brain is connected to the right side. So on the right side, which is your spirit side, then it goes over to the left. So that's your female, receptive, spiritual side. If you have issues on this side, you've got issues with yourself and with God, and that's okay. Everything is up for healing and release. If you have issues on the right side of your body, it has to do with others and or the world and how you receive or perceive the world. Those are just little pieces of information that will help you as you move into this enlightenment. Okay, so today I'm going to post on my One Illumined Heart page the classes in Zoom that I'm going to be offering on forgiveness. So we'll be doing group forgiveness work. I can do Zoom classes of up to 25 or 30 people. And so it'll be a first come, first served basis. There are many of you who have worked with, probably don't need this, but there are probably lots of new people who could help, be helped, I should say, by doing forgiveness work so that we can forgive others. We'll do another process, a different time on forgiving ourselves and then forgiving God. I know it's hard to believe that we could have issues with God, but many of us do, or have had if we haven't cleared it yet. So just know that those are going to be available. And when you do that forgiveness work and you cancel condemnations and judgments and or curses from other lifetimes or in between lives on yourself or others, it lifts your frequency. It can move you up from a 10 to an 11 almost overnight with a little bit of extra devotional work. So just know that is possible. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. I send you love and blessings. Thank you for embracing your light, the beauty of your truth. Allow these Ascension light codes to awaken what needs to be awakened and harmonized in you. I also want to acknowledge that there are many healers on the planet who are doing Ascension light code work. Now, there's a couple of them, I don't know who they are yet, but I'm going to be shown, that are are doing different languages, but they're really not light languages, but they're coming off as light languages. So you do have to be discerning and pay attention to what's going on in your body to see, does it feel like love? Does it feel filled with grace and kindness and compassion? If it does, and it resonates with you, great. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, it may not be the language for you. So even if it's a light language, that's truly a light language, if it isn't yours, find other people who are doing light language work and listen to them and see if they resonate with you. Everyone is going to be called to listen to the sounds that will awaken them, waken up their insides, and then guide them in the days ahead. You know, whether or not you're going to be moving somewhere, whether you're just moving internally, whatever your direction is, it's about moving into being present with yourself and moving from your own inner truth and knowing. That is going to be the blessing of this awakening. We're all having the opportunity to connect to more of that. All right. Many blessings, much love. Be the light in the world. Shine it out as a mirror to everyone and be a blessing. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yay.